On the trip we took to Chicago, we left out of Bristol Airport, and it was a prop plane. We had a group. The group was, we had one fellow who played the part of the sheriff, one fellow who was a minister, a preacher, one fellow who played the more or less part of what we called the pappy, or the old man of the group. So we got ready to board the plane. Well, old Pappy, he goes out with his cane and he's testing the tires on the plane, hitting them with his cane. So we got loaded, and so Darby, the old man, and the sheriff, they had baked some cornbread, and so they were passing out cornbread and onions to other passengers on the plane. This one gentleman sitting there, he said no, he didn't want any cornbread. And he was looking at some fancy catalogs, magazines. So Darby was standing behind him watching him, looking over his shoulder at his magazine. The guy kept looking back at him, and finally Darby said, "My pappy had a bull like that." The guy said he did. He said, "Yeah." I said, "What kind of bull was he?" He said he was a red one. The guy looked at him and grinned and said, "Give me some of that cornbread and onions." But I was sitting beside this lady, and I had one hand tied up with a hook on one hand. She asked me how I lost my hand. I told her, I said, "Well, I lost it in the hay baler. I'm in the threshing machine." So she asked me, I had a jug, about a half a jug of moonshine. She asked for a drink of it, and I said, "I don't know." So I asked the hostess, she said, "Will I be all right?" I said, "What would you like to have?" I said, "Some water." So I gave the lady a drink of it, and went along, she asked for another drink. Finally, she asked me for another, and I said, "Lady, I don't believe you know what you're drinking." Well, she was about to get mad, and I said, "Well, honey, I tell you what, you just drink all you want." So she was getting higher, and she kept asking me if I would take care of her when we got to Chicago. And I said, "I can't take care of you when we get to Chicago." I said, "I've got to leave Chicago. We're going to San Francisco." That's what it was. So the longer she sat there, the worse she got. So finally, when we landed, and I got off the plane, I think she was giving the pilot and the hostess a lot of trouble. So I was glad to get away from that one. But in San Francisco, we ran into nice people there. I wanted to go see the big trees, but I couldn't get anybody to go with me. We were only about 30 minutes from them. But San Francisco is a beautiful city. With all that's wrong with it, it is a beautiful city. So I guess that about winds up most of the tales we could tell on the Great Girded Beauty. The Lions Club, when we met in Chicago, the man who started Lions International was there. And I could only imagine the pride that he felt, knowing that he started Lions International and lived to see 25,000 lions at an international convention in Chicago. The Lions, one thing about the Lions or the Kiwanis clubs or the any of the service clubs, the money that you donate to these clubs goes 100% to whatever their cause is. And the Lions, we deal with eyesight and eyesight prevention and helping people who are blind and helping sometimes with operations, where the other service clubs do their thing. But the money that you donate, every bit of it goes to their cause. Their club is run out of their own pocket. So it's 100% donation goes to whatever their cause is whatever they work for. There's lines that think it's eyesight, and of course other service clubs have every other things that they do, and you will find that if you really want to help someone and know that what money you donate will go to that cause, a good service club is a good way to go. I guess that winds it up to them.